I slept off my alarm and feel unusually energized this morning. Today is our match against Akira. And after the training session yesterday with Coach Ivan, I feel confident in our abilities. This should be an exciting match. After getting ready, I'll wolf down my breakfast and drive to school. Yuna stops me on my way to pre-combat room.
Hey!
Oh hey Yuna!
I'm glad I ran into you.
Does it count as running into me if you knew exactly where I would be?
Yes!
She grins and thrusts her tablet in front of me.
Do you mind filling out this survey really quickly?
Survey for what?
The session with Coach Ivan. Since yesterday's guest coach was a new initiative for Dashu, they like to gauge how valuable you all thought the session was. I've managed to track down everyone else, so yours is the last form I need.
Okay. I'll take a minute to fill out the survey. Once I'm finished, I hand the tablet back to Yuna.
Thanks.
No problem. I'm kind of impressed that Dashu would go the extra mile to get someone like Coach Ivan to consult for a non-professional team. Yuna smiles.
That's one of the reasons I like them.
I wonder how they got him to agree.
Oh, it was easy. All I had to do was call.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I found his contact information online and figured it couldn't hurt to reach out. I asked his manager if this was something they'd be interested in, and luckily it was. Then I introduced the idea to Dashu, along with the proposal I put together. After that, it was just a matter of getting their approval and support with logistics.
You put all of this together? Yuna blinks in surprise, then blushes.
It wasn't all me.
But the idea was yours. Actually, you helped out with some of the logistics for the Dashu event before the XC concert too.
Yeah, but it was for stuff involving the team. I wanted to make sure you guys were getting properly introduced and represented.
I had no idea.
I was just doing my job.
You're doing an amazing job. Blushes even deeper.
Anyway, thanks for filling this out.
Sure. I'd better go in now. Kari's probably about to blow a blood vessel waiting for me.
Good luck out there!
Thanks. She waves goodbye before heading towards the stadium, while I head into the pre-combat room. I quickly change into my pilot's outfit and join the rest of my team at the holo table. Kaori's busy plotting out the arena in our respective gear as everyone else silently watches. It's finally starting to set in that we're being matched against the top pilot at Ace. The confidence that I felt earlier wanes. After a couple more seconds, Kaori takes a step back from the holograph and looks over her handiwork.
Okay, this is what the war game layouts will be. As you all know, we'll be facing against Reborn, Akira's team. Mayu, can you report on their gear composition and weaponry?
Mayu nods, and her finger darts across the holo table.
Reborn is fully sponsored by Eludian Enterprises, which means they provide Reborn with the same cutting-edge weaponry that they provide their professional teams. Each gear is kitted out for specific purposes. That means, individually, they may have weaknesses, but as a unit, they cover each other's vulnerabilities.
Hold on. We may have actually lucked out.
Mayu shoots a questioning look.
Well, you know how they're smashing everyone in terms of points? Win or lose, they're still going to be the #1 seeded team.
Okay, how does that help us?
This happened last year as well. When Reborn was guaranteed the first-ranked spot, they subbed in their backup pilots.
Really? I didn't even notice.
It's not a well-known fact because their 4-man gear equipment is always the same. But if you dig into their pilot history, you'll see it. And the stats show that when they started putting in their subs, their overall performance did decline, even if it was just a little.
So, what you're saying is that we'll be fighting against their backups, since they already have a guaranteed first seed?
Everyone but Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Akira's gear. Only he pilots it.
I'm surprised by Sho. He certainly didn't provide the same input in our previous matches as he did in this one, even when one of our matches was against his own roommate. This match must really mean something to him. We can use this in our favor. We'll present any advantage we can get. Kaori nods.
Agreed. Okay, so we can definitely use this to our advantage.
Kaori changes up some of the notes on the holo table.
I have an idea. What if we employ the same tactic we did against Tatsuo's team? Focus down Akira.
Mayu shakes her head.
That won't work. Claw of the Wild's team is Tatsuo. However, every member of Reborn is going to be strong even without Akira.
True, but Akira still surpasses the rest of his team in terms of skill. Instead of focusing Akira, what if we try to pull him out and play a 3v3 against the other members?
Who's going to handle 1v1 with Akira?
We all look at each other. Although none of us want to admit it, it's painfully clear that he would beat any of us in a duel. I can do it. We might not be able to beat him in a straight match, but we at least have my overdrive mode as our pocket once again. Kaori
And
nods.
since we haven't used it since the qualifiers, they definitely won't be expecting that.
That's right. As long as you keep Akira busy, we have a strong chance of beating the rest of the team and then helping you with Akira.
It won't be that easy, but I think this is our best chance at winning.
We hash out the details of the plan on the holotable.
Remember not to immediately activate your overdrive mode when you start.
I nod. I'll be on timer once it activates. 3 minutes, so I should use it wisely.
Exactly. Let's recap then. We'll create distance between the three of us and Eagle, with suppressive fire. We'll make it impossible for them to even attempt to gang up. If they stick together, we can keep our distance and trap them in crossfire. When they start to create distance with one another, Eagle will hard engage Phoenix, and we'll do the same with our respective opponents. Positioning will play a big part. We'll have to capitalize on the fact that Akira doesn't have as much team cohesion practice with the subs as he would with the regular starters.
Kaori looks at me.
You'll keep Akira engaged as long as you can, and we'll use the overdrive mode if it starts to look bad.
I nod.
That leaves the rest of us with 3-on-3. It'll be a tough match, but we should be able to beat Reborn's substitute pilots without Akira there.
What if Broseph goes down?
We should plan it out too.
Depending on the battle condition, it might be worth going for the safer points if things aren't in our favor.
You mean take out the weakened gears instead of going for a win?
Kaori crosses her arms, but nods. I blink in surprise. Judging by the sour look on her face, I can tell the strategy isn't ideal for her, but the Kaori from before would never have even considered it. He then looks at Mayu.
I agree. That would be the best course of action.
We win and gang up on Akira afterwards, otherwise we go for the safe points instead of trying for the win. Broseph.
Correct.
Sho nods. Okay, got it. My nerves are still jumpy, but I feel positive about the plan.
We can do this!
Everyone stares at Mayu. He blinks, then pokes 2 fingers together.
I mean, if we try...
The team laughs. I'm happy to see Mayu finally start to come out of her shell. I'm so lucky to have her. The alarm rings, signaling for us to get to our stations.
Let's go!
After one deep breath, I follow Kaori out of the room. Most matches during reading week are pretty quiet in terms of audience, but today, the auditorium is filled with as many people if not more than a typical match.
2 undefeated teams, but only one will continue their winning streak. Entering first is Ace 204911.
The crowd thunders to life. I stare out into the sea of people as they jump and wave from their seats. The difference from the pilot applause we received when we started is surreal. Their energy fuels me and I can't hold back my grin. If this is a taste of what it's like to compete in the big leagues, then count me in.
Versus the team who requires no introduction, Reborn!
The stadium rumbles from all of the cheering. The underdog versus the university's pride. I put aside my studying to watch a match like that. Reborn enters the stadium. Their gears sparkle underneath the lights. A sleek and pristine image of the modernity of Eludian.
Are you all ready for this legendary showdown?
The crowd goes wild.
Then let's not delay this anymore, and begin!
Let's go! Stick to the plan and be vocal.
Roger.
Got it.
Okay.
I jet away from the rest of my team as they circle Akira's team. As if looking in a mirror, Akira's team follows suit. They boost towards the rest of my team as Akira stays put. His gear shifts into fighting stance. He brandishes his kite and activates the energy blade. He was waiting for me. Did he anticipate our plans or did he just want to fight me one-on-one? Either way, it doesn't matter. All that matters now is that I'm here and Akira's here. My teammates' voice fade into the background as they coordinate their attacks against the rest of Reborn. All my focus is on Phoenix. This will be a glorious duel. My heart races. A clean duel between myself and the top ace pilot. It's time to see what I'm really made of. I grab the Eagle's controls. My hands are sweaty, but my nerves have steadied. My adrenaline is pumping, and I'm itching to begin. I max Eagle thrusters and dash forward. Phoenix braces for the attack. Strike! I deliver a powerful blow. With its guide race, Phoenix parries but still gets knocked back from the sheer force of my attack. Phoenix dashes towards me, winding up his guide for a carving. Dodge. My reflexes kick into motion and I send energy to my side thrusters. With the rumble of my engines, I dodge to the side and send a powerful strike towards Phoenix. Its shield shimmers to protect the gear, but it looks like he took a decent hit to his energy reserve. I fall into defense and circle Akira, who circles me. We're both waiting for the other to make a move. Akira is the first to break the circle. As soon as he activates his thrusters, so do I. We boost towards each other at incredibly speed, our weapons leading the way. Our energy blades collide in a loud ringing, which rends the air. I grit my teeth and push with all my might as our blades stay locked in a battle of wills. A surge of energy from Phoenix rams Eagle. In one sweeping motion, he spins and his guide's long blade smashes against my front shield. My energy power reaches sub 5%. From that attack and a critical warning flashes across my screen. I refuse to lose so easily. Looks like it's now or never. I flip on the overdrive mode and pray it works. The familiar shifting of noises and motion sounds in my cockpit, and my heart threatens to beat right out of my chest in anticipation. Woo! An eruption of energy explodes from Eagle and I'm once again looking at my energy reserve, sitting well over 9,000. I let out a small whoop of relief and excitement. I feel just as pumped and rejuvenated as Eagle. I have 3 minutes on the clock, but let's see if Phoenix can even last that long. My first glows softly from the overwhelming energy. Channeling that energy, I ready myself to attack when something collides with Eagle and forces me to slide back. Phoenix's wing extends and his entire gear is surrounded by a swirl of red energy. What? Can Akira's gear enter overdrive mode too? How is this possible? Phoenix races towards me, snapping me out of my thoughts. Its energy fist collides with Eagle, shaking me so hard my head whips back. Before I have a chance to regain my bearings, Phoenix guide wipes me and knocks Eagle back against my shield shimmers from the blow. Without a moment's rest, Phoenix returns the swing with a wide blow, extending the handle so the blade can cut further. Another explosion of energy knocks me back as the blade and my shield connect. I skid to a stop only to block another strike. Phoenix attacks are non-stop. With both of us in overdrive mode, this doesn't feel any different than how the match was going originally. Despite my efforts to change the tides of the battle, I'm forced to play defensively and Akira is able to depower Eagle. And himself. Wait, Phoenix is depowered? Did it do something? No. I only blocked that last attack and it was still strong enough to depower me. Maybe Akira channeled all his energy into that attack. Checking the timer, I see that only 45 seconds have passed. Or maybe he just ran out of juice. Assuming I don't get manually depowered, overdrive mode on Eagle lasts 3 minutes, but Phoenix can only sustain 45 seconds. Very curious.
Crap, I'm down.
Sho's voice pulls me out of my thoughts. I refocus my attention on the match. Sho and Mayu were taken out, but they did depower one gear. Aura struggles to hold off 2 gears at once.
The situation is looking dire.
I guess that means we need to go to points then.
Agreed.
Looks like Reborn subs are no pushovers, even without Akira's support. They also anticipated our strategy and counterplayed us. I suppose there is a reason they're always number 1. Aura charges the 2 remaining gears. They send a volley of shots, which Aura is mostly able to avoid, but the hits she does take seem to cause decent damage. As Aura approaches the first gear, her shield disappears and she readies her blade. She must have drained it completely and is channeling that energy into her strike. She's ready to go down swinging. Aura depowers as soon as her blade connects, but so does one of the enemy gears. In the end, the last gear left is standing one of Reborn.
That was close. But in the end, it looks like Reborn's winning streak will continue.
The crowd erupts into cheers.
But how about Ace 204911's performance?
The crowd cheers even louder.
Talk about giving Reborn a run for their money.
I stare in wonder at the animated audience. Although we didn't win, it warms my heart to see the strong support of the crowd. My teammates are silent through the comms. It's no surprise that Reborn won the match. But that doesn't make this loss anything less. With the match finished, gear controls are restored.
I think we can all agree that this was the best preseason match, bar none. Am I right?
Stadium thunders approval.
We'll have the replays available later today. For now, I'll have to ask our contenders to leave the arena so the next match can begin.
Before shuffling out of the arena, Phoenix gives a saluted wave. Despite losing, Akira was still depowered. Considering what he usually does to his opponents, I don't think I fared too badly. Speaking of Phoenix, how was it also equipped with the overdrive mode? An uneasiness settles in the pit of my stomach as we return to our gears, back to the hangar, and make sure our way to the pre-combat room. I quickly change back into my uniform as questions keep swirling around in my mind. When I enter the pre-combat room, I'm alone. My team must still be changing. I'm still trying to process what just happened. Somehow Phoenix was able to match Eagle in overdrive mode. Even though his gear could only hold that energy expenditure for a little while, his core was definitely based on my core's design. I barely notice my team's arrival. We sit in silence until Kaori voices what we've all been thinking.
What the hell was that?
Whatever it was unexpected.
It was a lesser version of Eagle's overdrive.
Akira's never been able to do that before.
No one besides Eagle has been able to do that before.
Then how was he suddenly able to get his hands on that technology?
That's exactly what I intend to find out. As far as I know, Dad was the only person who had knowledge on how to build the overdrive mode. I look over at the grave faces of my team members. They were a varying mix of disappointment and anger. I hadn't realized how much we depended on my core's secret weapon, and having that wildcard thrown back at us hit us extra hard. Sorry guys, but I have to find Akira.
We understand.
Kaori nods.
Go. You should hurry before he leaves.
I nod, and head towards the hangar.